I never meant for him to hear those words. It was a fleeting moment of frustration, something I should have kept to myself. But once it slipped from my lips, there was no taking it back. I had no idea he was standing there. No idea he had come home early from work, just in time to hear the worst thing I could have possibly said. It was a Friday night, and my best friend Claire had come over for a glass of wine. We often had these late-night talks, pouring out our frustrations, venting about life, love, and everything in between. That night, I felt overwhelmed. Marriage hadn't been what I expected. I still loved him, but the weight of responsibilities, the constant cycle of work, bills, and obligations had drained me. I felt like I had lost myself somewhere along the way. I let my guard down, speaking without caution. "I regret marrying him sometimes," I admitted, my voice quiet but firm. "Not because I don't love him, but because I feel like I lost myself in the process." The words felt heavy in the air, but saying them out loud gave me a strange sense of relief, as if I had finally acknowledged the quiet pain I had been carrying. Claire nodded, understanding in her eyes, and was about to respond when her expression suddenly changed. She was looking past me, her face frozen in shock. A sinking feeling coiled in my stomach as I turned around, and there he was. My husband, standing in the doorway, his face completely unreadable. I opened my mouth, but no words came out. He just stood there, looking at me as if I were a stranger. Then, without saying a single word, he turned and walked out. The front door clicked shut behind him. For a moment, I just stood there, stunned. Then panic hit me like a wave, and I ran after him, calling his name. By the time I reached the street, his car was already pulling away, taillights disappearing into the night. At first, I thought he just needed time to cool off. Maybe he would stay at a friend's place or check into a hotel. But when he didn't come back the next day or the day after that, the fear started creeping in. I called him. His phone went straight to voicemail. I left messages, sent texts, no response. Days passed, then a week. I searched everywhere. His closet was still full, his wallet was on the nightstand, but his work laptop and a small duffel bag were gone. His job said he hadn't shown up. His friends and family had no idea where he was. The police said they couldn't file a missing persons report since he left voluntarily. Weeks stretched into months. The guilt gnawed at me every single day. I replayed that night in my mind over and over, tormenting myself with what-ifs. If I hadn't said those words, would he still be here? Did he leave because of what I said? Or was there something else? Was he okay? Had something happened to him? I barely ate. Sleep became a luxury I could no longer afford. The house felt empty without him. Every time I opened the closet and saw his shirt still hanging there, a fresh wave of grief hit me. It was as if he had been erased from my life, but left his ghost behind. Then, 6 months later, a letter arrived. There was no return address, just my name on the envelope, written in his handwriting. My hands trembled as I opened it. Inside was a single piece of paper with 6 words written in black ink. "I heard you, and I believed you." That was it. No explanation, no closure. Tears spilled down my face as I clutched the letter, my heart shattering all over again. He was alive, but he was gone. And maybe, just maybe, I had lost him forever.